$7 million in the first 5 years. There are 2 meetings to discuss the plans Tuesday night, one at 6 p.m. in Wauwatosa and one at 7 p.m. in West Allis, both at the city's respective city halls. Elizabeth Linton in WTMJ News.
Sports, traffic, weather, and X, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News time is 6:04.
No matter how many people are in your family, buying new jackets for the cold weather months can be expensive. But when you shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, prices on cold weather jackets will give you a sigh of relief because thrift store prices mean great deals. And right now we have a great selection. Find great deals on cold weather jackets for the family at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus.
I give up. Where are they?
Who?
Hasselus Mattress employees.
Hasselus Mattress showrooms really are employee-free. Give our mattresses a try with no pushy sales guy.
Don't believe it.
You won't believe our prices either. Beauty Rest, Sealy Posturepedic, and more for way less. Free next day delivery, too.
Sure. Next you'll say I can get a free adjustable base with my purchase through Monday.
As a matter of fact, yes.
Oh, come on.
Find an employee-free showroom near you at Hasselus.com.
Here's a penny for your thoughts. There's about 11,000 tire-related crashes every year.
Mostly due to driving around on underinflated, beat-up, worn-out tires with low tread.
A couple of clicks at richlawns.com will get you scheduled for a free tire tread test.
But if you're pressed for time, there's an old trick we use in the tire industry that'll tell you if you need tires.
And that's free too.
My dad showed me, who learned it from his dad, who learned it from someone else way back in 1964.
Ah, yes. The old penny test.
Yep, just place a penny head first
As in upside down.
into the groove of your tire. Now, if you can see the top of Lincoln's head, you're due for tires.
And hey, if the free penny test frazzles you, book an appointment at richlawns.com.
If your tires are good,
No harm, no foul, because it won't cost you a penny. Be safe, buckle up, and hang. Always make sure you've got good tread in your tires. I'm Brett Matchke with Rich Lawns. You're
due for service.
Such a refreshing change. Rich Lawns.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the group of offices. One call, that's all. Sports Desk. The Packers fall to 5-3-1 after Monday night's 10-7 loss to the Eagles. Matt LaFleur's offense has produced just 20 points in its last 8 quarters of football.
You got to always be pushing, and that's just my mindset. So, and that will be my mindset until they tell me not to coach anymore.
The Packers visit New Jersey this Sunday to face the 2-8 New York Giants, who fired their head coach on Monday. Packers will be without Pro Bowl offensive lineman Elton Jenkins for multiple weeks, as he's been placed on injured reserve due to a fractured bone in his lower leg. In college basketball, the 24th-ranked Wisconsin Badgers take the home floor tonight against Ball State for a 7:30 tip-off at the Kohl Center. Badger Sports Updates are sponsored by Citing Unlimited, citing, and a whole lot more. Taking a look at your roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. We have no major incidents out on the road at this time, so it should be a smooth drive for all of southeast Wisconsin. All right, time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Night will be partly cloudy with a low of 26 degrees. Wednesday will be mostly sunny, windy and mild with a high 50 degrees. Thursday will be mostly sunny and mild with a high 52 degrees. Friday will be mostly sunny with a high 53 degrees. Saturday is looking to have a slight chance of showers. It will be cloudy and mild with a high of 61 degrees. And Sunday is going to be mostly cloudy with a high of 57 degrees. Right now in Madison, it's 39 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 36 degrees. Over in Waukesha, it's 34 degrees. And right here in Milwaukee, it's 37 degrees. I'm Sean Brenda. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 6:08.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Maxx.
Thank you for joining me for What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. Today is Veterans Day, and on this episode, I am pleased to bring you the stories of arts organizations in our area who are devoted to using creativity to create community for veterans and, when needed, a way to cope with difficulties and emotions. The arts can be very powerful. And there are several organizations that I encourage you to look into if you have served or you care about someone who has. We are fortunate in Wisconsin to have too many organizations to have for guests on just a 2-hour show, but I've connected with these fine folks for future interviews. Feast of Crispian, who use Shakespeare as a way to engage with veterans. Guitars for Vets, obviously music. The John Michael Kohler Art Center's Call to Arts program is very cool and is a regular occurrence and absolutely free for veterans. So we'll be talking with them in the future. And Music 6S, based in New Berlin, not only provides music, instruments, and lessons for members of the military, but also for first responders. So Music 6S, look into them. But I will tell you who we will be visiting with at 6:35. You will get to meet the Skylight Music Theater leadership team to hear about how they have meaningfully partnered with the Gary Sinise Foundation and Gary himself to connect veterans through theater. You'll hear from them at 6:35. And at 7:35, you'll also meet the executive director of the Donna Alexa Arts Centers in Wisconsin. They've got some good news about funding so they can continue to use creativity for healing using art as therapy with a Veterans Open Studio. And what can you do to be part of this Veterans Day episode of What's on Tap? Salute someone special in your life who has served. Who is that name that you'd like to shout out with a thank you? Use the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line 855-616-1620. Who's that special someone in your life? A family member, a friend, a neighbor, a coworker who has served our nation that you would like to do a shout out to? Maybe a grandfather who fought in World War II, or your sister who's currently deployed, or a buddy who always volunteers at veterans events. Whoever they are, I want to know their name. We'll give them a thanks on the air. The Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line 855-616-1620. Send us your salute, share it, and tell us a little bit about their service, and we'll help spread that gratitude. Let's fill the airwaves till 8 with honor, pride, and appreciation, because it is the Veterans Day edition of What's on Tap, all about celebrating the people who've given so much for all of us. And I also want to share with you a locally produced documentary called Make Peace or Die, Honor the Fallen. A local filmmaker followed his Marine veteran brother on his journey over a decade of carving battlefield crosses and delivering those to individual Gold Star families. It's a really meaningful film. You can stream it now on PBS Passport and the PBS app. And I think you'll find that conversation with the brothers, Manny and Anthony Marquez, compelling. And stick around. The song you need to hear just before 7, it's a Motown classic. It's going to get you dancing and reminiscing, and it's a warm-up for tomorrow night's a Motown Christmas concert at the Riverside Theater. All those 60s hits and Christmas carols to get you in the holiday mood in a soulful way. Plus, oh yeah, if you're feeling lucky, I do not have Powerball tickets or billion-dollar jackpots, but I got a good time for you, a giveaway of free tickets for a Motown Christmas at the Riverside Theater. Stay with me. Around 7:45, you'll have your chance to win those fun freebies. Maybe set your phone alarm now for 7:45 so you don't miss out, or go ahead and get your tickets, PabsTheaterGroup.com. It's going to be fun tonight on this Veterans Day, and it's going to be meaningful. Hopefully you'll be inspired, entertained, and proud to be part of our community here. We're going to start off with a spotlight interview next. A special holiday dining experience is here. Learn more about St. Kate the Arts Hotel at stkatearts.com and get your personal invitation to explore the spaces at St. Kate the Arts Hotel and experience the occasions and flavors there. A spotlight interview with St. Kate the Arts Hotel's private dining and events manager, Paul Simmock, is next on What's on Tap.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. Like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear. Only with Packers checking. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Save big money on your next big project at Menards. Brighten up your garage or workspace with a 15,000 lumen 4-panel LED light from GT Light. It lasts 30 times longer and is 18 times brighter than a standard bulb. Plus, its 4 adjustable panels allow you to shine light where you need it. Hurry into Menards and get GT Light LED utility light bulbs today. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Your way inside the huddle.
Hut 1, hut 2.
Without putting on any pads.
Hi.
It's Green and Gold Insiders on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
When you're playing and you're going through the season, every win's a good win. Some are better than others. Beat a really good team, it feels like a better win, but that's hard to do in the NFL.
Green and Gold Insiders is presented by Window Nation. It's Green and Gold Insiders all season long, right here on WTMJ. You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
Ain't this what you came to see?
All right.
Let me be your muse. I'll inspire you.
St. Kate, the Arts Hotel, not just a place to stay, it's a truly unique Milwaukee destination. Locals and visitors can explore everything. They have hidden private dining rooms, imaginative event spaces, of course, art-inspired cocktails and creative culinary experiences amidst all the art on the walls and on the floors there. This spotlight interview is with St. Kate, the Arts Hotel's private dining and events manager, Paul Simmock. Paul, how are you?
I'm always good. Thanks for asking. How are you?
Well, because you work in such a beautiful space.
Absolutely.
Is there some part of the St. Kate, the Arts Hotel, that inspires you, that you just love to spend a little bit of time with?
Well, my favorite part about the hotel is that there's so many little nooks and crannies about it that it's tough to spend all the time with.
There's even a closet for art on the second floor.
There is indeed. There is indeed. Yeah, everywhere you look, you're always discovering something new when you're in town there.
And how can locals explore the hotel in new ways? Because I feel like a lot of us, we sit at the bar, visit with friends, and then you either go to a theater show or move on to the next stop.
For sure, yeah. We're a lot more than just rooms, of course. St. Kate, it was named for St. Catherine, patron saint of the arts itself. And it extends to our culinary arts as well, right? Visually, the place is stunning. But what was really kind of up and coming there is our culinary kind of adventure you can have right before going to the show or wherever your next destination is. I like to say that there's a lot that you can kind of get from St. Kate depending on what you're looking for.
Yeah.
There's the fast casual proof pizza change with beautiful Neapolitan pizzas you can get. There's our bar in the lobby. That is always a wonderful place to be, always very busy. And then all the way upstairs on our second floor, we've got studio kitchen and cocktails that is just kind of rebranded from Aria, if that is familiar to people. But Studio's got a wonderful, artful dining experience up there.
Tell me more about it, because that is a fresh renovation there, but you still have the floor-to-ceiling windows that has the great view out over downtown and the Marcus Performing Arts Center and Red Arrow Park there on Water Street. What are some of the other interesting aspects to the freshening of the studio space on the second floor?
Absolutely, yeah. It's bringing the space more in line with our identity as a hotel. And what we're kind of trying to do with the space itself. Because, of course, I'd be remiss to mention in terms of how can locals, explore the hotel there. We have the dark room, and that's kind of where the name studio is coming from and complementing.
Now, I have had friends who have had bachelorette parties in the dark room. I have heard so many things about it. I have yet to be in there. Describe what the darkroom experience is.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. It's so atmospheric. It's so interesting, and it's kind of modeled after like a speakeasy of old, just with a beautiful attention to detail in every single corner. But the big thing is you got to find it first.
What's a hint? Is it as difficult to find as the safe house?
I'd say it's a similar experience, But first you got to go through the hotel itself, right? Through the bar. Find the elevator. Make sure while you're going through the elevator, when you get out, you come to some gorgeous artwork to take it in. But it is going to be around the studio kitchen and cocktails kind of entryway there.
Will anyone be nice if you ask at the front desk?
Oh, of course.
Will they direct you there?
They will. It's not necessarily a secret. I mean, we're saying it here now. You got to go through a bookcase to actually go to the dark room. There is no door.
Oh, that is very speakeasy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. And how big is the dark room for an experience?
For sure, yeah. The dark room is great for parties about like 30 people or less, especially for, receptions or plated dinners. It can fit a wonderful amount of people for almost all events that you can think of for the most part.
Because I think for a lot of times, because the food is so prominent at St. Kate, between proof pizza and the sushi getting to be known and just having a good big boy hamburger at the bar, all the good things. But you have other event spaces to explore and have an occasion there.
For sure, yeah. So the dark room is the private dining space within St. Kate, or within the studio kitchen and cocktail space. But we've got plenty of other spaces, and all those nooks and crannies I mentioned can house wonderful events. We've got spaces to accommodate kind of every party. Primarily the studio or the space gallery. So we've got this beautiful gallery on the first floor that takes up almost the entire back half of the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
You can have dinner there. You can have friends there. You can have drinks there. It is available for all the way up to 16 people for a full-plated, coursed-out dinner.
That's very cool. And I think a lot of people are looking for that unique experience.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Between the dark room and space, it is a place that guests will always remember coming and experiencing. Even over at like the Arc Theater that we have, a bigger kind of banquet space that can accompany larger parties or weddings all the way up to 125 people.
You've had performances there as well. I know comedians have performed in that kind of black box space there.
They have in the past, yeah, absolutely. But speaking of like performances and having people there, we did get something new too around St. Kate.
Ooh.
It's used to be called the Vault, if you're familiar with that.
Yes, upstairs.
Now called Upper Bar.
Okay.
An extension of St. Kate.
Is it? Okay, because that, for anyone who's listening, like, wait a minute, what's the Vault? It's as you go up the escalators near the Stackner Cabaret at the Rep, and it has a spectacular, unique view over the river and over the city skyline. And it has the balcony, and you've got the fire pits, so you can enjoy indoor and outdoor. It's a very upscale, nice space. So now
it's beautiful.
It's called the Upper Vault?
Upper Bar.
Upper
Yes,
Bar.
we've got the lobby bar over in the the lobby of the hotel itself, and then Upper Bar into the Associated Bank building.
That's very cool. And what kind of food and drink will be available there? Is that just an event space to rent?
For sure, it's open to the public. We've taken it over and kind of kept that same philosophy of keeping it for guests, but also it's bookable through St. Kate as well. So you can have guests up there for private parties, receptions, and it's actually shares a menu or in a pretty similar options to the studio kitchen and cocktail space itself.
And look at St. Kate just entwining itself within that Associated Bank building and the creativity and with the theater and the Rep there. So that's just wonderful. Holidays are coming, Paul. What can you tell me about happenings at the St. Kate, or can you? Will all be revealed?
Well, of course, we always got stuff in the pipeline. There's always stuff in the works. So check out our social medias. Check out our websites ourselves. That's going to be your source for the most recent things that are occurring at St. Kate and all of our spaces. But in terms of the holidays, it is the place to be. The way it's decorated, the way everything looks, it is quintessentially holiday season. The December kind of and January feel is unmatched there. But we've got some stuff going on in terms of the spaces. I'd like to say, we always are open to brainstorming and making the spaces what our guests want from them. So people, and especially listeners, like call us, email us. We'll do some wonderful things. We'll brainstorm with you. Do what we can for the holidays.
Paul, I love that invitation because it doesn't seem like the kind of space where it'd be like, we just want to have, hot ham and rolls and a brunch and like whatever the most straightforward gathering is, that you do welcome those bright ideas and those unique touches. Because if someone is having a bachelorette party or bridal shower in the dark room or in the studio, you want to be able to make it your own.
Oh, absolutely. We're an arts hotel, and all of our team members live by that philosophy of wanting to make these events as spectacular and personalized to our guests as possible. Whether it is doing something special with some of the food, bringing in some crazy decorations, or maybe combining things in different ways. We love to do something.
Do we get to work directly with you, Paul?
Oh, we do. More. We have a wonderful team too. But as I oversee those private dining spaces, typically you're getting a hold of me by phone or email.
Wonderful. He is Paul Simmock, the St. Kate the Arts Hotel Private Dining and Events Manager. And you could even go to the website and fill out a form. You make it really easy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Over at stkatearts.com under Gatherings and Private Dining, the tab on top, you can input all the details, dumps right into my email, and I'll give you a call as soon as I can. And I would like to say, for anyone that does utilize the form, give me a call, give me an email. Any events that happen in December, right here, you heard it first. I'll give you some champagne toast on me for those events.
Paul Simak, we're going to remember your name now. He is the St. Kate the Arts Hotel private dining and events manager, and such good energy. Thank you so much for stopping by, and you're going to have to keep me posted on some of the creative uses of some of these spaces, and maybe I'll bump into you in the dark room.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Paul. Next, checking your Veterans Day salutes on the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line 855-616-1620. Who do you want to thank for their military service? Plus, you'll hear how the Gary Sinise Foundation is actively involved with Milwaukee's Skylight Music Theater. Stay with me on What's on Tap.
A special holiday dining experience is here. Learn more about St. Kate the Arts Hotel at stkatearts.com.
A special experience is on the menu. What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx welcomes St. Kate's Paul Simak to chat about special private dining events and offerings just in time for the upcoming holiday season.
Vince Vitrano here. Don't let your hard-earned vision benefits go to waste. Get new eyewear at Shopco Optical. Now is the time to use up your FSA funds and insurance dollars before they expire December 31st. Whether you need new glasses, contacts, prescription sunglasses, or an eye exam, now is the time to visit Shopco Optical. Shopco's knowledgeable team will guide you through every step, making sure you get the most from your pre-tax dollars. Don't wait. Call or visit shopco.com to schedule today.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Kristen Bry.
And Steve's committee from Point Take Anywhere.
And, me. I'm Jeff Sherman from The Upswing.
Jeff, what are you doing here?
I'm here for trivia, of course, Kristen.
For the Capco's Kids the Kids toy drive?
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Join us Wednesday, November 12th at Revere's Wells Street Tavern in Delafield.
For the WTMJ Trivia Showdown with other WTMJ fans.
All for a good cause.
So bring a new unwrapped toy.
And have some fun with all of us at WTMJ.
When your car or truck needs service, you should take it to a specialist. I'm Deb Cruz, president of the Auto Dealers Association of Mega Milwaukee. Adam member new car dealers have factory warranted parts, the latest diagnostic equipment, and certified manufacturer technicians. Plus, their prices are low or lower than independent shops, even on routine things like oil changes and tire service. Knowing all that, why would you ever consider going anywhere other than an Adam member dealer?
Hey, think you're the ultimate trivia champ?
Well, prove it against us, your favorite WTMJ host.
It's free to play. All we ask is bring a new unwrapped toy to benefit Capco's Kids to Kids toy drive.
Or you can donate at WTMJ.com. Just text TOY to the WTMJ Talk and Text line.
855-616-1620.
Grab your friends. Test your smarts. All while helping a great cause.
It's the WTMJ Trivia Challenge, coming to a place near you.
Check out the schedule of where we will be at WTMJ.com.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
Thanks for hanging out with me on this Veterans Day edition of What's on Tap, and going to the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line 855-616-1620. Very much welcome your Veterans Day thank yous and tributes and shout outs. This is certainly an official day to say thank you to a veteran, whether it's someone in your circle or maybe if you're at the gas station, you walk by somebody who's got one of those military caps on that tells you what branch of the service they were in. Look them in the eye and say thank you very much. And from the Siding Unlimited, WTMJ Talk and Text line 855-616-1620, 715 Texan, Lieutenant Robert Rifleman, U.S. Navy World War II, Okinawa, Iwo Jima campaigns. Thank you for your service. And 920 text in, my father, Raymond Wozniak, was a veteran of 21 years in the Army. Thank you, Raymond Wozniak. And also 920 also texting in Veterans Day. Thank you to my wonderful husband, Brian Denk, in the Iraq conflict. So it gives me great pleasure to shout out and say thank yous. And so please join me tonight on What's on Tap and send a salute to your memorable and meaningful veteran. 855-616-1620. And I want to remind you tomorrow, if you're in the Dousman area, at Three Pillars, I'm hosting a lunch and learn all about embracing opportunities. It's a fun chance to get together. And if you've never been in Three Pillars yet, take it as an excuse. It's a beautiful campus, and I think you'd be delighted by the vibe. It's a lot of creative and fun people. And my Lunch and Learn, like I said, is all about embracing opportunities. I'm going to share some stories about how I embraced an opportunity and wound up being an original Milwaukee Brewers in-game host. That wasn't something you could even put on your goals because it was 20 years ago. I was the very first. So I talk about that, working alongside Bob Euchre. I can tell a story or two about Abbey Road adventures and Downton Abbey adventures, and also adventure going to experience NASA in Houston. So if you want to share some stories of yours and hear some of mine, Lunch and Learn at 3 Pillars tomorrow. 2 o'clock is the free time. Come join me. I think you'll be impressed with the campus. And next, meet the dynamic leadership duo from Skylight Music Theater, Susan Varela and Michael Unger. They're going to share their genuine partnership with the Gary Sinise Foundation and how veterans and theater combine, plus get a preview of their new production of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. But now we go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center. Here is Sean Brinda.
Thanks, Sandy. The city of Milwaukee is temporarily closing its sexual and reproductive health clinic at the Keenan Health Center due to staffing shortages effective immediately. The clinic, often referred to as the STI clinic, often provides services to uninsured and underinsured patients. The city is recruiting for nurses, and an update is expected in the coming weeks. 7 people were arrested overnight in a vacant hotel in Wauwatosa. Police responded shortly after 12:30 this morning to a security complaint in the vacant Radisson Hotel near Mayfair Road and North Avenue. They arrested 4 adults and 3 minors. Authorities confirmed 2 of those arrests were dressed in Care Bear costumes. Several others were issued citations for trespassing, loitering, and obstructing officers. The hotel permanently closed in 2024. The new report card is out rating Wisconsin schools. It shows some improvement for the state's largest district, Milwaukee Public Schools, especially in achievement and growth. But the Department of Public Instruction now rates MPS as meets a few expectations, which is a downgrade from the previous report. 36 MPS schools are rated as fails to meet expectations. MPS Superintendent Dr. Brenda Caselli says the district's focus this year is on a new literacy plan. Take a look at your roads with your WTMJ time saver traffic. We've got a couple of incidents out there on the road. I-794 East at I-94 East. The right shoulder is blocked due to a disabled vehicle. Then over on I-94 West at the ramp from Mitchell Boulevard, the right shoulder is closed due to an incident. Other than that, road's looking pretty clear across all of southeast Wisconsin. All right, time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight will be partly cloudy with a low of 26 degrees. Wednesday will be mostly sunny, windy and mild with a high of 50 degrees. Thursday is looking to be mostly sunny and mild with a high of 52 degrees, while Friday will be mostly sunny with a high of 53 degrees. Saturday, we'll have a slight chance of showers. It will be cloudy and mild with a high of 61 degrees. And Sunday will be mostly cloudy with a high of 57 degrees. Right now in Madison, it's currently 39 degrees. Over in Green Bay, it's 36 degrees. In Waukesha, it's 34 degrees. And right here in Milwaukee, it's currently 37 degrees. I'm Sean Brenda. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 6:32.
The countdown is on. Black Friday is almost here at Fox World Travel, and the travel deals are better than ever. Get ready to explore the world with our top partners, including Viking, Globus, Delta Vacations, and Insight Vacations. Whether you're dreaming of European river cruises, tropical getaways, or guided land tours, we've got something for every kind of traveler. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO to get on our list for when these savings go live.
Does this sound like you, where every step or reach is a reminder of what hurts, a reminder of what you're not able to do, and how far you've drifted from the life you used to have when you didn't feel that pain? Hey, it's WTMJ Steve Scafidi here. Oh, do I have good news for you? Because relief is closer than you think, and it doesn't have to come from a scalpel. What if it could come from you? At QC Kinetics, Dr. Caravelli and her team tap into your body's own regenerative power using natural healing factors that help restore and repair damaged tissue, reduce inflammation, and relieve pain at its source. It's not science fiction. It's your body's comeback story, powered by the very cells that built you in the first place. No surgery, no pain pills, pills, no long recovery, just your body remembering how to feel alive again. Imagine swinging that golf club, hiking that trail, dancing in the kitchen to your favorite tune. That's the freedom QC Kinetics helps people rediscover every day. Don't mask the pain. Let QC Kinetics regain what pain took away. And this Veterans Day, QC Kinetics is giving back to our heroes. Veterans will get $500 off their treatment for every non-veteran who starts care. QC Kinetics will donate $500 to the Wounded Warrior Project. It's a great time to book your free consultation, so call QC Kinetics today, 414-667-5559.
I give up.
What's wrong?
I've been doing everything wrong at home. I washed the red towels with the white bed sheets. I left all the kitchen cabinet doors open. I wiped out the hydrangeas with the weed whacker.
Hey, we all make mistakes.
But darn it, my wife still isn't mad at me.
Wait, hold on. You're doing these things on purpose?
Yeah.
Why?
So I can sleep on the couch.
Let me guess. The James sofa from Penny Mustard?
Bingo.
With the extra deep seats.
And ultra high density foam cushions?
Remove the back cushions, and it's almost like you're sleeping on a twin bed.
Twin bed? Exactly.
Let me get this straight. You're trying to make your wife mad, so she'll make you sleep on the sofa?
The James sofa, yes.
I gotta admit, it's a pretty good plan.
The James sofa, American-made with a solid wood fortress frame and hundreds of fabric and leather options, starting at $22.96 at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Better versions of what people want.
Penny Mustard Furnishing.
What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
Veterans Day, all day, as it tends to be. November 11th, I'm so glad to get to have the opportunity to spotlight organizations that use art and creativity to support veterans. And it's been a lot of my focus this evening. And our next organization, you're going to meet the two leaders of Skylight Music Theater who actually know Gary Sinise. And you know Gary Sinise, completely devoted to veterans, but he also has a huge love for theater. And Gary Sinise even spent some time here in Milwaukee entertaining theater goers. And we'll get into more of that, but I want to give you the background of how Gary Sinise for so long has intertwined theater and veterans. And I got a chance to
speak to their experience. And I found this wonderful play in 1980 that was written and being performed on stage in Los Angeles. It was written by a group of Vietnam veterans. And they were up on stage every night performing this story of their lives. They got together and they workshopped this play for about 6 months, just telling their own stories, and then they'd get up and act it out. And one of the guys would write it all down, and they created a play called Tracers. And I saw it in Los Angeles. I very much wanted to do it. I flew there, and I begged them to let me do it, which they eventually let me do. And during the production in 1984, veterans started coming, and we started to make at least Tuesday night of every week a free night for veterans. And that set the stage for what became an ongoing over 40-year program at Steppenwolf Theater called Vets Night. And every one of our plays, we do a special performance for veterans. Usually it's like the dress rehearsal, the final dress. And we bring in the first audience that sees the plays are veterans. So having this program and starting to support it through the Gary Sinise Foundation at Steppenwolf, and we're supporting other theaters around the country. I've reached out to Michael. He's right there in Milwaukee. He's got a great theater, beautiful space there. I said, and he well knew this program and the Vets Night thing going back to the 80s. And I said, you want to do it at Skylight? And he said, absolutely, let's do it. So now it's been a couple of years, and they bring veterans in to see every show that they do. Gary Sinise Foundation provides a free meal, and Michael sends me videos every time the veterans are having their food before they see the show. He sends me videos of all the veterans, happy faces and everything. And it's really just a wonderful way for, a theater community to engage with a veteran community.
Yes, that is the voice of Gary Sinise. This past summer, he was nice enough to Zoom with me and Michael Unger, Artistic Director of Skylight Music Theater, who is in the studio with me.
Hey there.
The Michael that Gary was referring to. And also joining us is Executive Director of Skylight Music Theater, Susan Varela.
Hi, Sandy.
How does it feel to hear Gary Sinise's voice describing not only his dedication to weaving together veterans with theater and seeing the magic and community in that, but also how much he appreciates Skylight Music Theater being part of the Gary Sinise Foundation.
Well, Gary is as wonderful a human as you might imagine him to be from what you've seen and heard. I mean, he just truly is. I've known the guy for 50 years. I actually saw that production of Tracers in that small theater in Chicago. It was absolutely spellbinding and brilliant, and Gary directed it, and a bunch of the company members were in it. But, he's dedicated to whatever he does, and luckily what he does is great for vets. Veterans Day today. Thank you for your service, everyone out there who has served. And we were just, fortunate that Gary was interested in continuing his Vets Nights initiatives with Skylight. It was not a difficult yes to say. Like, Gary called, said, "Do you want to do this?" I'm like, "Of course we do." And it's been so successful, and people come back to we see the same faces and some new faces, but many of the familiar faces come back after show and just absolutely love it. And I do send videos to Gary every time, and he loves them. And he's a wonderful, wonderful person who supports all these great causes.
It's a great connection to use that technology. I wouldn't have thought of that, but to be able to show him that what he's doing tangibly makes a difference. So truly, every single production, there's a Veterans Night.
Yes. Our next one is coming up on Friday, December 12th, and we're so honored to partner with them. This is our third season, and people just go crazy for it. They are discovering their love of theater, and we've had these great connections. We had reunions where veterans did not know that the other was in Milwaukee and have had a reunion in our theater. We had a proposal last season. It's really fantastic, and we're honored and humbled to be part of it.
What a tangible way to build community. I mean, I love that. Like, I didn't know you were here. I didn't know you were here.
Yeah, it was really lovely.
Yeah, that was true. Also, when the show that we did Last Out a couple of years ago, written by a vet, and I was at the Steppenwolf premiere of that, and there were some, I think, Marines or some people who had served who had not seen each other since they served together, and they found each other at Steppenwolf that night after the show. It was incredible.
That's magic. Well, thank you for making sure that those connections continue happening with every single production.
Of course.
That is wonderful. And also thank you, truly, for bringing Gary Sinise and the Lieutenant Dan Band for their first Milwaukee performance in July.
Oh, my gosh.
That was a blast. And I say that, but he, again, came out of love for theater and knowing what you're doing here. That was a fundraiser.
Yes, truly. And it was his offer to do that. It was on, of course, the Henry Meyer Festival Park grounds at the Aurora stage on July 14th. We'll never forget it.
I don't think I have ever, and I've been to a lot of concerts, ever seen the kind of dancing and singing and watching people just grab friends and go, "Come on," and dance in the aisle. And the entire conga line that was in the Aurora Pavilion tent. I mean, usually they peter out somewhere.
Right.
Oh, no.
No. People were there to have a great time. And don't they say it's a sign of a well-planned event if the hosts can also enjoy it? Well, Michael and I were in the conga line.
That's true.
We were enjoying ourselves. We were definitely dancing in the aisles. So, yes, and that is a testament to Gary Sinise himself and, of course, his foundation that made it possible for us to pull off that the biggest event ever in Skylight's history.
Not to get greedy, any chance we could get him to make this an annual stop or an encore performance this summer?
Don't think we haven't thought.
Start working on it now.
Certainly,
Okay.
I don't know.
Before we talk about your next production, a very brightly colored production, how do people listening get involved with Veterans Nights? Is there a waiting list? What's the procedure to get in on Veterans Nights at Skylight?
So they should go to our website, which is skylightmusictheater.org. Theater is spelled THEATRE, not TER. .org, and look for Veterans Night, the Veterans Night information, and they can get on our mailing list, and that's how they begin.
It does fill up rather instantly.
Yes.
So we have to stop at a certain number just because of capacity. We always hit the capacity and go over. Yeah.
But that's wonderful that there's an appetite for it as well.
Sure. Yes. And we're happy to fill that need, that desire.
Feed that desire.
Yes.
Skylight Music Theater's artistic director, Michael Unger, and executive director, Susan Varela, are with me, and they have a brand new show that is opening in just days. So first of all, thank you for joining me. And you're going to get a very personal preview of Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat next on What's on Tap.
You've seen us around town, volunteering, supporting events, and showing up where it matters. At Waterstone Bank, we're more than a bank. We're your neighbor. The money you deposit stays local, helping small businesses, creating jobs, and supporting home ownership. It's banking from the community for the community. Visit your local branch or WSBOnline.com to see how we're building a stronger southeastern Wisconsin, one neighbor at a time. Waterstone Bank, member FDIC.
Hey, I'm Sandy Maxx with an incredible career opportunity for you or someone you know. My friends at 3 Pillars Senior Living Communities in beautiful Dousman, Wisconsin, they're hiring caregivers for residents in their memory care community. You can make a difference in the lives of others, assisting residents with their daily activities on the gorgeous campus at 3 Pillars. Part-time or full-time hours are available. Pay between $20 and $23 per hour, and you could get more based on your experience and the shifts. And at 3 Pillars, their core values: respect, commitment, fulfillment, empathy, and fun. Get more info and apply at 3pillars.org.
This message reaches 1 million people or more every week. Spreading the gospel is more than one voice speaking to 1 million. It is and must continue to be 1 million voices, each speaking to one, pointing them to our friend Jesus.
The Lutheran Hour with Dr. Michael Ziegler.
The Lutheran Hour, Sunday mornings at 6:30 on WTMJ.
With all the positive Google reviews continuing to pour in for Rich Lawn's Tire and Service Centers, we want you to know we appreciate you.
You were due for service, we delivered, and then you went the extra mile and wrote a few kind words about the service you experienced.
Yeah, thank you so much. Michael, Glenn, Jeff, Lisa, Carol, Jason, John,
Wait,
Michelle,
hang on a
Ryan.
second, Dad. As fun as it may be to name every single person who's ever left us a Google review, there just isn't enough time. We get 60 seconds, and I'd say we've got about 28 left.
Ah, good point, Courtney.
Listen, we appreciate every last one of you for helping us maintain a nearly 5-star Google rating. And we're going to keep on shooting for the stars, especially when it comes to providing top-notch auto repair service.
Yep, and remember, be safe, buckle up, and hey, always make sure you've got good tread on your tires. Peter, Bruce, Samantha, Kimberly, Nick, Heather,
Oh,
Marissa,
Dad.
George, Jeremy, Diane, Brad, Paul.
Rich Lawns. Enjoy life at Capri Communities, where senior living's our expertise. Caring staff that help you when you need. Enjoy life at Capri, making friends and memories. Living life to the fullest, you will love your new home. Enjoy life at Capri Communities.
What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
Welcome back to What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class. Discover more at visitmilwaukee.org. And if this song doesn't get you going, then I don't know what will. It's a very aerobic song, isn't it? From
Yes.
Skylight Music Theater, Artistic Director Michael Unger and Executive Director Susan Varela are in the studio with me, and this show will be on your stage starting Friday.
Friday night. Yep.
Friday night, opening night. So exciting.
Congratulations. Why Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat? I ask you directly, Michael. You choose the shows, right?
Well, I do, with a lot of help and certainly partnering with Susan on all that. Why not? It's a blast of a show, but also, in fact, Tim Rice was here. Sir Tim Rice was here with his show From Here to Eternity a couple years ago.
It was incredible.
It was incredible. And he also did a concert that was totally sold out, as is our opening weekend, by the way, almost. And he said to Susan and myself, well, did you ever think about doing Joseph here? And we're like, sure. So, it was certainly on our list to do. And I always love a fun fest for the holiday show, and one that can involve lots of kids and bring lots of families in. So it was a perfect fit.
What is the plot of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat?
Well, it's the Bible. So that's
Truly,
it's good.
it is literally, plot by plot, the story of Joseph.
Yes, from the Bible. So it's a Bible story. It's good source material. It's gonna endure.
It's got legs.
It's got legs.
And very familiar then.
Yes.
And a different way to enjoy the Bible.
Yes. And I always like to joke that most of my biblical knowledge comes from music theater. So this certainly has helped. And it's really fantastic. It's a great show for everyone. It was written as a show for a children's
It was originally
school.
a 15-minute pop cantata for a boys' school in London when Tim Rice was 20 and Angela Weber was 17. They, of course, after that, this is the second show they wrote together, but they also wrote Jesus Christ Superstar, Evita. I mean, they're most known for those three shows, but this was their first sort of for the first show that became a hit for them.
That's incredible to know that history. I didn't realize, so young.
Yes,
Wait, I
so
lied.
young.
I'm sorry.
But then
They wrote it before Jesus Christ Superstar. So that
Yes.
was the first hit, which paved the way for Joseph, which had been written previously to become a big hit.
Yes.
Very interesting musical theater history. So what is
That's right.
that makes your Skylight Music Theater production unique, different?
The cast is absolutely delightful. It includes 14 young artists from Milwaukee, and the rest of the cast is mostly local. And they are a bunch of fabulous, zany clowns. I say that in the best sense of the word. They are just funny. And when you watch the show, there's a lot of ensemble work. Like, they're in so many numbers. And no matter where you look, they are doing something hilarious all the time. There's also a lot of very meaningful moments, very heartfelt moments, like Close Every Door is one of the most beautiful musical theater songs you will ever hear. But there's so much humor in the show, and the way it's told, it doesn't make fun of itself, but it has a lot of joy. It's a pastiche musical, so there's every genre of music. There's a country western song, there's a French cabaret song, there's 50s, there's 60s, musical theater,
Calypso.
pop, calypso, yeah. So it has a little something for everyone, literally. And it just tells it in such a joyful way. It is infectious, and you will absolutely be on your feet dancing by the end of the mega mix.
And fantastic costuming. Can I convince either one of you to let me come try on Joseph's amazing
Sure you
Technicolor
can,
dream
yeah.
coat?
So we have
Take a spin
coat.
in it.
The coat that we're using, the dream coat, was actually designed for the Donny Osmond production, which my wife actually starred in, played the narrator opposite Donny for 3 years, and she's on the CD of that show. So it was fun because a lot of the kids that are in the show, whether they're 10 years old or 30, sort of grew up listening to Janet on that CD, Janet and Donny. So Donny knows we're doing it. I've talked to him about the show, and he's very excited for us. But we do have a coat that was designed for Donny from his original production.
What incredible connection with your bride as well. Thank you so
Yes.
much for all that you do at Skylight Music Theater. What's the best way to follow along and make plans to come to Joseph?
Well, we are nearly sold out for this opening weekend. However, we do have some tickets left for Saturday night, which is also Pride Night. So if you go to skylightmusictheater.org, you can search for this weekend for the performance of your choice. We will be running until December 28th, so I hope that everybody comes out. And I have to note that even though this was a show written originally as a children's show, it is fantastic for all ages. As Michael said, it's infused with so much comedy and so many good feels that everybody is going to walk away having a great time, not just the kids.
Susan Varela and Michael Unger of Skylight Music Theater, thank you so much for joining me, and again for partnering with the Gary Sinise Foundation to continue to enrich veterans' lives with Veterans Nights at SMT.
Thanks for having us, Sandy.
Thanks so much. We're going to get into the song you need to hear, a soulful song, bring in some Motown vibes, because there's going to be a Motown show tomorrow night. The song you need to hear is coming up next, sponsored by Flanners Home Entertainment. Visit them at flanners.com. At Flanners, music matters. Sound advice at the best price. Just press play.
Don't think twice. Call Geis. A great way to add value and curb appeal to your home is with the new LiftMaster or CHI maintenance-free garage door. Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik. A study by Remodelers Magazine reports that the average return on investment is an amazing 82%. Garage doors rank first among all home improvement projects. To see Geis's huge selection of doors, visit their showroom in Brookfield, or you can also visit their online showroom at geisdoors.com. Geis has everything from alley doors to custom wood designer doors and everything in between. Remember, for all your garage door needs, you call Geis at 262-784-4250. That number again, 262-784-4250. It's Geis, Visit them online at geissdoors.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Flimsy, feeble, flaccid. That's how you can describe most pre-approval letters these days, because most banks still issue pre-approval letters without actually verifying your income, employment, or down payment. That's the exact opposite of an AccuNet rock-solid, fully verified and guaranteed pre-approval, where we put a $2,000 guarantee behind the fact the seller can actually rely on the terms of your pre-approval and offer. With AccuNet, there's also a possibility of issuing a property-specific pre-approval with as little as a 10% down payment that includes the magic words, "no appraisal required." That's right, AccuNet may be able to issue your pre-approval without needing an appraisal. That's the kind of certainty that can help a seller say yes to your offer. Sure, you can try competing with a flimsy bank pre-approval, or you can click on the blue button at AccuNet.com and get started with the pre-approval listing agents and sellers recognized as the best in the business. That's ACCUNET.com.
The holiday season is a magical time of year to visit Lake Geneva. Embark on an enchanting Santa cruise on the lake. Take in a parade of trees and marvel at the world's tallest glass tree, built before your very eyes. Enjoy holiday shopping in a historic downtown. Chill out with festive food and libations in an igloo under the stars. Or find adventure on a zipline, ski hill, or snow-covered nature trail. Make Lake Geneva your place for holiday fun this year. Check out visitlakegeneva.com today for all the festive details.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ. And now, feast your ears. This is the song you need to hear.
Most blokes going to be playing at 10. These go to 11.
Are you ready to have some fun tomorrow night? A Motown Christmas is at the Riverside tomorrow night, and members of the Contours are part of the group tomorrow night, and they have just a fun song that I chose as the song you need to hear. Do You Love Me? The song you need to hear is sponsored by Flanners Home Entertainment. Visit them at flanners.com. At Flanners, music matters. Sound advice at the best price. Just press play.
You broke my heart, 'cause I couldn't dance. You didn't even want me around. And now I'm back to let you know I can really shake 'em down. Do you love me? I can really move. Do you love me? I'm in the groove. Do you love me? Do you love me? Now that I can dance. Watch me now. Hey. Work it out, baby. Work. Well, you driving me crazy. Work. Just a little bit slow now. I can mash potato. Do the twist. Do Now tell me, baby. Do you like it like this? Tell me. Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me?
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Does music matter to you? Flanners Home Entertainment wants to help you have the best music experience at home. They've got high-quality products, the best prices, and high-fidelity expertise for the best sound in and outside your home. Now is a great time to shop Flanners with their Music Matters sale event. All speakers, all amplifiers, receivers, turntables, CD players, music streamers, and accessories are on sale. Visit Flanners Home Entertainment today in West Allis, Grafton, or at flanners.com. Sound advice at the best price. Flanners. Just press play.
At Hazelden Betty Ford, treating mental health isn't just about breaking old patterns, it's about braving new ones. As the leader in alcohol and drug treatment for 75 years, we know caring for addiction, anxiety, depression, and trauma goes hand in hand. We're here for you with new tools when life breaks down. Discover your path to better mental health at hazeldenbettyford.org/Wisconsin. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neal Group. It's hard to believe the holidays are almost here. We want to say thank you to our clients we helped in 2025. You are why we love what we do. Our why is simple: to make a real difference for people who feel stuck, frustrated, or ignored, and give them the tools they need to succeed. We helped Cheryl clean up 2 years of QuickBooks so her business could see a path to a bright future when she now had good financial information in her hands. We helped Nate fix a tax mess with the IRS created by one of those national firms and saved him $103,000 in penalties plus another $152,000 in taxes because we know the tax law. Imagine the stress lifted off your shoulders after you talk with us. You earned it. We help you keep it. Call us now at 414-325-2040 to arrange a meeting to see if we can help you. Don't wait. Call now. That's 414-325-2040 or visit nealgroup.net.
Celebrate the spirit of the season in the Milwaukee Theater District. Experience these beloved classics: Milwaukee Ballet's The Nutcracker, Milwaukee Rep's A Christmas Carol, and don't miss Broadway favorites like How the Grinch Stole Christmas and The Pigeon Gets a Big Time Holiday Extravaganza. Savor Milwaukee's culinary scene, from James Beard recognized restaurants and classic supper clubs to cozy outdoor seating under holiday lights. Make it a getaway. Stay in a hotel that feels just like home. Make plans today at visitmilwaukee.org.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex.com.
Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 7 o'clock, it's 36 degrees. Tonight, we'll get a chance of scattered showers. It'll be mostly cloudy with a low of 26 degrees from the WTMJ Breaking News Center. I'm Sean Brenda. This Veterans Day, the men and women who have served the U.S. are in a particularly tight spot. Many relying on SNAP benefits and support services that sputtered during the government shutdown. ABC's Chris Boccia has more.
For veteran Leonard Goodson, the shutdown has felt familiar. Over 42 days, Goodson's wife and the caregiver for his battle wounds has been furloughed from her job at the CDC. This Veterans Day, he says their financial hardship brings him back to Afghanistan.
Puts me back in that fight or flight as if I was deployed.
Federal workers like Goodson's wife await long-delayed paychecks as Congress inches closer to a law that would end the government shutdown. Chris Boccia, ABC News, Washington.
Wisconsin Democrats are proposing a bill that would cap utility rates at 2% of a household's income. State Representative Darren Madsen.
This bill is necessary because it guarantees the affordability of energy rates first and foremost so that our families are protected no matter what.
Milwaukee resident Maria Beltran.
Utility companies make millions in profits, and the Public Service Commission, which used to be my friend, keeps approving rate increases while children go to bed cold.
A separate pilot program would cap costs at 6% for qualifying low-income households. Lawmakers say both proposals would help families avoid utility shutoffs and other financial hardships. A Milwaukee budget amendment could have a big impact on the Office of Community Wellness and Safety.
Among the 56 amendments to Mayor Cavalier Johnson's budget is a plan to remove OCWS from the Department of Administration and make the office its own department. Director Adam Purcell says that would give the Common Council the ability to accept or reject director appointments.
So now they would get their chance to, if they don't like me, if they don't like what I've done, in a couple of weeks I theoretically couldn't have a job.
The amendment follows questions raised by council members after Purcell was appointed despite not being one of 3 finalists for the job. The mayor has until November 18th to make veto decisions. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
The new report card for schools in Wisconsin shows some improvement from Milwaukee Public Schools, but City Forward Collective CEO Colston Morgan says 61% of MPS students are still attending schools rated as fails to meet expectations. He tells WTMJ's Point Taken.
It's going to take some time, and the superintendent's been clear about that to see that pay off. But I think we can look and see that it is possible for kids in Milwaukee to perform at high levels, and we see that happening in individual schools. And, what we got to do is figure out how do we scale that to more of our students.
MPS Superintendent Dr. Brenda Casellia says the district's focus this year is on a new literacy plan. Sports, traffic, weather, and next Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 7:03.
When you want the best medical attention, you don't just go to anybody, you go to a specialist. The same should be true with your car or truck. I'm Deb Cruz, president of the Auto Dealers Association of Mega Milwaukee. When your vehicle needs service, take it to a specialist. An Adam member new car dealer. Adam dealers use factory warranty parts, the latest diagnostic equipment, and certified manufacturer technicians specially trained on the advanced technology on your vehicle. They have all the latest manufacturer's service bulletins and will know if your issue is covered by an existing warranty or if there are any recalls. And despite what you might assume, their prices are as low or even lower than the independent shops, even on routine maintenance and tires. Now, knowing all that, why would you even consider going anywhere other than an Adam member dealer?
For great paying job opportunities, visit adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
We see you out there gearing up for the cold weather ahead. From home winterization to vehicle maintenance, insulated apparel, and more, Blaine's Farm and Fleet has what you need for the season at unbeatable value. Like 40-pound bags of Morton Elite Ice Melt, $7.99. A 16-inch Performance Tool Power Tool Storage Rack, $24.99. And save 30% on zero-exposure outerwear for the whole family. Find the value you need to get ready for winter your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Picture this. You're halfway through a DIY car fix and boom, you're missing a part. It's okay because whatever it is, it's on eBay. And it's guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love.
When you breathe well, you live better. Find out more at adventknows.com.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all sports desk. The Packers fall to 5-3-1 after Monday night's 10-7 loss to the Eagles. Matt LaFleur's offense has produced just 20 points in the last 8 quarters of football.
You got to always be pushing, and that's just my mindset. So, and that will be my mindset until they tell me not to coach anymore.
Packers visit New Jersey this Sunday to face the 2-8 New York Giants, who fired their head coach on Monday. The Packers will be without Pro Bowl offensive lineman Elton Jenkins for multiple weeks, as he's been placed on injured reserve due to a fractured bone in his lower leg. In college basketball, the 24th-ranked Wisconsin Badgers take the home floor tonight against Ball State for a 7:30 tip-off at the Kohl Center. Badger sports updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited, siding, and a whole lot more. Taking a look at your roads with your WTMJ time saver traffic. Over on I-94 West at the ramp from Mitchell Boulevard, the right shoulder is closed due to an incident. Other than that, roads are looking pretty clear across all of southeast Wisconsin. Time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight will be partly cloudy with a low of 26 degrees. Wednesday will be mostly sunny, windy and mild with a high 50 degrees. Thursday will be mostly sunny and mild with a high 52 degrees. Friday's going to be mostly sunny with a high 53 degrees. Saturday we'll see a slight chance of showers. It will be cloudy and mild with a high of 61 degrees. And Sunday will be mostly cloudy with a high of 57 degrees. Right now in Madison, it's 39. In Green Bay, it's 37. Over in Waukesha, it's currently 34 degrees. Right here in Milwaukee, it's currently 37 degrees. I'm Sean Brenda. Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 7:06.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Maxx.
Veterans Day. Thank you so much for spending some time with me on What's on Tap. And we're going to spotlight how creativity can help veterans, including at 7:35, you're going to meet the executive director of the Donna Alexa Art Centers in Wisconsin. They've got some good news about funding so they can continue to use creativity for healing using art as therapy with a veterans open studio. That's at 7:35. But first, I want to bring you a reminder. If you haven't already seen it, it's worth watching again. A documentary called Make Peace or Die that was premiered on PBS last year on Veterans Day, and you can still stream it on PBS and PBS Passport. And it was created by a filmmaker here in Wisconsin, following the journey of his Marine veteran brother and his art. This is the story of Make Peace or Die.
Our unit, 1st Battalion, 5th Marines, in a 5-month period, we had 17 Marines that were killed. I was trying to figure out, well, what could I do? I should do a carving of a battlefield cross. I need to do them for the rest of the families now.
Being a Gold Star father, it's a club that no one wants to belong to. It means I got a big hole in my chest.
This will keep people remembering these guys long after we're all gone.
That is the movie trailer for the new documentary called Make Peace or Die, Honor the Fallen, that you can see on PBS. You can see it on Milwaukee PBS, on PBS Wisconsin, and PBS around the country, also streaming on the PBS app. And I am very honored to be joined right now by the director, Manny Marquez, and his brother, Anthony Marquez, who is the subject of the film. How are you, gentlemen?
Good. Thank you, Sandy, for having us. It's our pleasure to be talking to you in Milwaukee. Thank you for having us on.
Truly my pleasure. And what is your documentary, Make Peace or Die, Honor the Fallen, about, Manny?
Make Peace or Die, Honor the Fallen is a movie about my brother, Anthony Marquez, was a Marine Corps dog handler, went to Afghanistan in 2011 with the 1st Battalion, 5th Marines, and during that 5-month deployment, they lost 17 Marines. When Anthony came home from that deployment, he was trying to figure out a way to serve those families that had lost their sons, had lost their husbands, their brothers, their father. On the 5th anniversary of his friend Robert Greniger's death, Robert Greniger's mother attempted suicide, and that was a wake-up call for Anthony that I have to do something else for these families, and that's when he started doing the battlefield cross carvings, is the boots, the rifle, and the helmet that he was carving out of chainsaw carvings. And he spent 3 years delivering one of those carvings to each of the 17 families. And at the end of that process, he said, you know, the mission's not done. I want to go on the road on the 10th anniversary of their deaths, of our deployment in 2021, and I want to give a voice to those families so they can tell us who their sons were, who their father was, who their husband was. And in doing that, Anthony was finding his own healing for his own PTSD, his own survivor's guilt. So that's where the movie came from, is Anthony's mission to serve those Gold Star families of the 17, and then kind of morphed into a mission of his own healing as well.
Wow. Anthony, how does it feel to hear your brother describe the film?
Well, we've been talking about it for quite a while now. You know, we both of us know the story in and out. And to talk about it so close to the actual release of it now, you know, it's been 3.5 years of work of actually working on the film. Next year will be 14 years since that deployment. We've put a bunch of work into it, and now we're able to show the work that we've done on this film to everybody else.
Anthony, were you an artist before you went into the service?
Yeah, I mean, I always kind of drew and, like, painted stuff and taught myself how to weld and was doing stuff like, you know, kind of odd art items, I guess you could say. And I don't know, I've always just been kind of out there in the things that I do. And the idea of the chainsaw carving came up. Is just I wanted to do something that nobody else has ever done before. So I wanted to do that image, that memorial image of the Battlefield Cross.
And when we talk about a battlefield cross, this is not something you can fit in your pocket. How big are the crosses that you created?
So a Battlefield Cross is compiled of the items. That is a helmet, the rifle, boots. There'll be dog tags that hang from the part of the rifle. It's a chainsaw carving out of a log that these logs can weigh anywhere from 500 to 800 pounds. And you stand it up and you start making cuts and measurements and eyeballing stuff. And in the beginning, 18 hours later, but now I can do one in about 5 hours. I can have the finished image. Yeah, it's not something you can put in your pocket. It's not something you can put on your desk. It's something that usually people put in their homes or in their offices as a memorial item.
I think art can be so many things, and art is healing. Creating art, observing art, it's that tangible way of expressing oneself. Do you think it truly has helped you in this process? Because Manny mentioned survivor's guilt. That's heavy. And all the other feelings that you've experienced.
So the act of actually doing the carving is tedious. You know, I've carved in all types of weather. I've carved when it's snowing, sleeting, 115 degrees out, below freezing, raining. I always say, yeah, that's hard, but it's the hardest thing is actually delivering it. So, and I always say I do not like doing the memorial carvings. I do not like doing the Battlefield Cross, because there's a reason for doing that, and that is because somebody was killed in action and lost overseas. You know, so the actual actions of doing the carving, I wouldn't say that helped me, but I would say that making the connections with all the families, Marines, and giving something that the families can have so they know that their son is not forgotten. Because battalion's fairly large. There's 1,000+ people with all the attachments and whatnot. And so out of the 17 Marines that were killed during the 2011 deployment to China and Afghanistan, I only knew 6 of them personally. So some of the families that I met, I was meeting them for the first time at their son's grave, and I didn't even meet their son in the unit because it's a large unit. It was something that they all said to me when I gave them a carving is, we're afraid he'll be forgotten. So that's where the idea to make the film kind of came from, to give them a voice.
The title is powerful. How did you choose Make Peace or Die, Honor the Fallen?
The motto of the 1st Battalion, 5th Marines is Make Peace or Die. That's Anthony's unit. When and we've talked about this, when you're in war, make peace or die. A Marine is saying that to the enemy, make peace or we'll kill you, right? Make peace or die. It's an ultimatum, and you don't want to go up against that. We interviewed 23 different Marines, and over the course of the film and in seeing Anthony and the way these families reacted, I could see that if they didn't make peace, they could die. They could die from their pain, from the anguish, from the suffering they had. And for a lot of guys, and the Marines I've talked to that I've said this to about the make peace or die, the kind of double meaning, that it clicked to them we have to make peace with what we've seen, what we've done, what we've been through, or will kill us. And I think a lot of guys, and I can't speak for them, but I've been told by several Marines that it's helped them move forward, and they still use that motto now. Anthony's former leader, Sergeant Matt Amos, told me the other day, I love that motto because it's helping me move forward. It's helping me move forward. And I was like, that's where we came up with the name.
The subtitle added to that kind of tells people kind of what they should do. Make peace or die, honor the fallen. So it's kind of telling people, we should honor the fallen. So that's
it's a directive, right? Make peace or die is what we're saying to our Marines and our Gold Star families. Honor the fallen is what we're saying to the audience. Make peace or die is what you're seeing in the movie and what these Marines and these families need to do. Honor the fallen is what you now need to do after seeing the movie.
He is Manny Marquez, along with his Marine veteran brother and artist, Anthony Marquez. Their documentary airs on PBS, on TV, and on the PBS app. Our conversation about the importance of this film and how it's been received so far is next on What's on Tap.
Streaming services, retail chains, and tech giants are all adding plus to their names. It's fairly obvious they were inspired by Hasseless mattress. Hasseless showrooms are employee-free, plus unbeatable prices on Tempur-Pedic, plus free next-day delivery, plus 60-month interest-free financing on select Tempur-Pedic with approved credit, plus a $300 MasterCard gift card with your Tempur-Pedic mattress. Maybe we should change our name to Hasseless Plus. Find an employee-free showroom near you at Hasseless.com.
Think you've got the smarts? I know you do. Well, then tomorrow, Wednesday, November 12th, go to Revere's in Delafield for WTMJ's Trivia Showdown, hosted by Steve Scafidi, Kristen Bry, and Jeff Sherman, presented by Quiz Master Trivia, benefiting Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive. Or bring an unused toy or text TOY, T-O-Y, to 855-616-1620 to donate. Bring your crew and play for a great cause.
Healthy joints, healthy lifestyle. Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Arthritis, injuries, wear and tear, common joint issues that keep you from doing what you love. At OAW, a visit to the doctor doesn't always mean surgery. Everyone is different. Surgeons, nurses, physical therapists work together to come up with a plan for you. Maybe it's PT, medication, injection, and if you do need surgery like I did, you know you're in the best of hands. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. Book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
The countdown is on. Black Friday is almost here at Fox World Travel, and the travel deals are better than ever. Get ready to explore the world with our top partners, including Viking, Globus, Delta Vacations, and Insight Vacations. Whether you're dreaming of European river cruises, tropical getaways, or guided land tours, we've got something for every kind of traveler. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO to get on our list for when these savings go live.
We get it. You're on the go, and life gets in the way. Stay up to date on all things WTMJ with podcasts of every show. Available on WTMJ.com. And don't forget you can stream WTMJ online and watch your favorite WTMJ shows on YouTube. Every show, when you want it, no matter where you are. We are Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio 620 WTMJ. You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
I was trying to figure out, well, what could I do for the families of those 17 Marines? It just came to me, and I was like, well, I should do a carving of the image of the Battlefield Cross. I would just reach out to the Gold Star families and tell them I would like to present them with one.
That is the voice of Marine veteran and chainsaw artist Anthony Marquez, the subject of the brand new documentary Make Peace or Die, Honor the Fallen, which premieres on PBS on Veterans Day tomorrow. My guests are Anthony and his brother Manny, who directed this meaningful film about Anthony's artful journey of carving battlefield crosses and delivering each one to 17 Gold Star families. And Manny, what was your experience like directing this film about your brother's healing journey?
I'm not a Marine. I wasn't in the service. I didn't serve my country in that aspect. Seeing my brother's pain coming back from the war and the loss and what he's been through weighed heavily on me as his older brother. In doing this film, I felt like it was my little way of giving back to him and to the families of those fallen. There's an old saying, like, when America goes to war, America goes to the mall. And I can tell you that we would sit in a bar or a restaurant when we were filming, and I'd take my cameras in, and people would come up and say, what are you doing? And I said, oh, we're filming a movie about Gold Star families. And their next question almost every time was, what's a Gold Star family? There are men and women who have served and died for this country over the course of the last almost 25 years now, 24, since the conflicts in Iraq and Afghanistan, that America just forgot. And not only was their deaths forgotten because we were just at a constant war, their families were not even remembered. When you have a service member perish in a time of combat, then there's probably a person in your neighborhood that has lost their son or daughter. My main goal with helping Anthony was to give a voice to those families and to make sure their name was never forgotten. And by making this movie, it opened up my own eyes to maybe some of my inconsistencies as a person. I maybe have not been there for the family down the road. I maybe have not just bought a beer for that Marine I saw at the bar and maybe needed to talk. It's made me more aware that, regardless of what I feel about the wars that we're in or the reasons we're in them, that we have to support our troops and we have to support their families, and especially our Gold Star families that will never get that loved one back. For me, it was a great honor to be asked by Anthony to tell this story because I didn't get to serve, but I can contribute my little part to the Marines that did and to their families, and I'm so honored by that.
Anthony, do you think your brother did your story justice now that you've seen the film?
Yeah, I mean, we've worked close together this whole time. We decided we were going to make the movie in May of 2021, and then we started filming in July. On the 10th anniversary of Robert Gerniger's death on July 12th, we drove to Minnesota to my pickup truck and interviewed his family and at the grave, and then went back to their house. We went on the road across the country, went to 34 different states, over 12,000 miles, over 40 days, and we revisited all the families and multiple Marines and corpsmen. And the whole production of the film, we've been together working on it. Manny's done a lot of the work with all the different editors and composers and graphics and colorists, and he's on the phone for 6 hours with the graphics designer trying to figure out what they're going to do with this, or the colorists, or watching the movie multiple times in one sitting. And I believe we did justice, and Manny believes we did the story justice. But the one thing that was concerning to me is when we did the world premiere in San Diego and we had 230 people there. We had close to 50 Gold Star family members. We had Major General Savage there. We had multiple Marines from the unit. And I just want to make sure that we get approval from all the Marines and the families that we told the story the right way. And everybody who has seen the movie up to this point agrees that we have. I'm not going to say you're going to love the movie. Oh, I love that movie. Oh, that was entertaining, because it's not that type of film. It's an educational film on what people deal with after losing their son or their daughter or loved one, and the lives they live after, years later, because that never goes away for all these families and the Marines and anybody who loses someone.
I always say it's not happy, it's hopeful. It's not a happy movie, it's a hard watch, but it's a message that needs to be seen.
He is documentary director Manny Marquez, along with his Marine veteran brother and artist Anthony Marquez. Their film Make Peace or Die, Honor the Fallen airs on PBS TV channels and on the PBS app. Our conversation continues about this meaningful movie with suggestions how to support veterans next on What's on Tap.
In 1964, we were making strides towards space travel.
Mary Poppins was the #1 movie in theaters.
And the Beatles were taking America by storm.
Which was long before I was born.
Facts. 1964 is also the year it all started for Richland's Tire and Service Centers. 60 years of continuous growth and more happy customers than you can shake a stick at.
Okay, the streamers are a bit overkill. It's just us in the studio.
All right. But it's important to know accomplishments like these aren't possible without a dedicated team. So hats off to them and our founder, my dad, Dick Mitchke, for understanding the importance of customer focus.
Facts. There's no 60 years of anything without you, the customer, which is why our focus will remain on you and only you for years to come.
Thank you from all of us here at Richland's Tire and Service Centers.
Richland's Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richland's.
We work on hydronic heating, inside and out. A whole home radiating hydronic system to heat the inside of your home and your floors, or under your driveway, porch, or patio to do a snow melt, could be one of the best investments you'll ever make. Call Quality for whole home radiating hydronic heating ideas that turn freezy cats into happy campers.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric. You'll find that the licensed and certified electricians from Quality are top-notch. We've been around for over 60 years, so expect nothing but the best. And here's the kicker. With over 60 vehicles out there on the roads, you're not going to have to wait very long at all for the electrical service you need now. This is Anthony Zanevsky. For all your residential electrical needs, call Quality.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
Celebrate the spirit of the season in the Milwaukee Theater District. Experience these beloved classics: Milwaukee Ballet's The Nutcracker, Milwaukee Rep's A Christmas Carol, and don't miss Broadway favorites like How the Grinch Stole Christmas and The Pigeon Gets a Big Time Holiday Extravaganza. Savor Milwaukee's culinary scene, from James Beard recognized restaurants and classic supper clubs to cozy outdoor seating under holiday lights. Make it a getaway. Stay in a hotel that feels just like home. Make plans today at visitmilwaukee.org.
Listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
We interviewed 23 different Marines. I almost questioned if what I was doing was the right thing to do, because I felt like I was bringing the families more pain than healing.
All right, bro? Yeah. That is the voice of Marine veteran and chainsaw artist Anthony Marquez, who carved battlefield crosses and delivered each one to Gold Star families across the United States. His experience is the subject of a brand new documentary, Make Peace or Die, Honor the Fallen, directed by his brother, Manny Marquez. It premieres on PBS on Veterans Day. I'm Sandy Maxx, and I got the chance to talk with Anthony and Manny about the film. And Manny, tell us about your approach as a director.
You know, I've been working for 25 years as a filmmaker, and I have to say, for your Wisconsin audience, I still direct commercials for Purple Onion in Milwaukee. I was part of About Face Media that was in the 3rd Ward for 10 years, and still a member of the September Club, which is based out of Milwaukee, Documentary Collective.
September Club is working on a documentary about Bob Uecker, so you're in very good company.
Yeah, I know everybody working on that. So I have a connection to Milwaukee. My first feature premiered at the Milwaukee Film Fest in 2014, Psychopath. So I love Milwaukee, but what makes me a good director is that I believe in story. I will tell Anthony from the start, if there wasn't a story there to be told, we wouldn't have made the movie. For example, I said, you're going to be the hero of the movie, and he fought me on that. Well, I don't want to be the hero. And I said, no. This is a storytelling term. We're going to follow Anthony Marquez as he visits these 17 families. I'm not trying to say you're a hero. I'm trying to say you're the hero of the story. And when Anthony finally bought into the storytelling, he understood what I was doing.
And Manny, what's the one thought or emotion you'd like viewers to have after watching Make Peace or Die, Honor the Fallen?
I would like them to think about those in their community that may have suffered a loss of a loved one in a combat conflict situation. And if you can just stand with your neighbors, regardless of your differences, that you can have empathy and help them heal. In turn, it may just build up your community a little bit more in ways that you hadn't expected.
And Anthony, same question for you. What is the one thought or emotion that you'd like viewers to have?
Along those same lines, in Afghanistan, we lost Robert Granger on July 12th, and on July 18th, we had a memorial service on our patrol base at Wichita, and I held the American flag. And at the time, Major General Savage, who was our battalion commander, he was a lieutenant colonel, and he got up there and he said he died for millions of Americans who will never know his name. That's always kind of resonated with me. So to be able to tell the story and get this story out to people, my hope is that we can get at least 1 million people to know all 17 of their names and the struggles that their families and the Marines deal with. And you don't have to have served in the military to be able to relate to something in the film.
For those who are listening who want to support veterans, especially in honoring the fallen, what actions would you encourage beyond simply watching your film, gentlemen?
You know, we get asked this a lot, and we have not specifically assigned any organization to the film. We want the film to speak for itself. We just ask you to, maybe go to that Veterans Day parade, go to that Memorial Day parade, put flags on the tombs of those that have fallen. Just get involved. I think we get so wrapped up in our own little worlds that we forget those that have fallen. So, don't be afraid to reach out to your local veteran and your veteran organization and just get involved. And the biggest thing you can do is just reach out to your neighbors and be there for them. That's my biggest message.
Yeah, and to add to that, reach out to any Gold Star family and just ask them about their loved one. The families do like speaking about their son or their daughter, and they want to tell stories about them and share.
Well, thanks to both of you for creating this powerful film, Make Peace or Die, Honor the Fallen, that you can watch on PBS and streaming on the PBS app. Anthony Marquez, thank you very much for your service and keep creating art. Manny Marquez, thank you very much for creating this film, and we look forward to more of your filmmaking.
Thank you, Sandy, for having us.
Thank you.
And as you heard there, creativity through battlefield crosses helps Anthony Marquez cope. And we have other organizations here in Wisconsin that are using the arts and art therapy with veterans. And you're going to meet the executive director of Donna Lexa Art Center's executive director, Kristen Genders, who is actively making sure that these programs still exist for veterans. So you'll meet Kristen next, but first we go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center. Here is Sean Brinda.
Thanks, Sandy. The West Dallas Professional Police Association approves a new 4-year collective bargaining agreement. It includes a series of wage increases totaling over 15% compounded rate through the end of 2029. Plus, officers will get enhancements to compensation for training, overtime, funeral leave, and their annual uniform allowance. The tentative agreement now moves to the West Dallas Common Council for final approval tonight. The new report card is out grading Wisconsin schools. It shows some improvement for the state's largest district, Milwaukee Public Schools, especially in achievement and growth. But the Department of Public Instruction now rates MPS as meets a few expectations, which is a downgrade from the previous report. 36 MPS schools are rated as fails to meet expectations. MPS Superintendent Dr. Brenda Casellia says the district's focus this year is on a new literacy plan. The city of Cudahy is considering a $50 wheel tax, which would be the highest across Wisconsin. City officials want to implement the fee due to a budget gap. Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reports if approved by the Cudahy Common Council, the fee could go into effect at the end of January. Milwaukee County has a $30 wheel tax. The city of Milwaukee is raising its wheel tax to $40. There are currently 51 cities and 14 counties across the state that have a local wheel tax. Taking a look at your roads with your WTMJ time saver traffic. Got one incident on the road, I-43 south at I-794 east. Left shoulder is blocked due to a disabled vehicle. Other than that, roads are looking pretty clear across all of southeast Wisconsin. All right, time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight will be partly cloudy with a low of 26. Wednesday will be mostly sunny, windy and mild with a high of 50 degrees. Thursday is looking to be mostly sunny and mild with a high of 52 degrees, while Friday will be mostly sunny with a high of 53 degrees. Saturday will have a slight chance of showers, so it will be cloudy and mild with a high of 61 degrees. And Sunday will be mostly cloudy with a high of 57 degrees. Right now in Madison, it's currently 40 degrees. Over in Green Bay, it's 37 degrees. Out in Waukesha, it's 35 degrees. Right here in Milwaukee, it's 37 degrees. I'm Sean Brinda, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 7:32.
You probably don't have to replace those windows. If the frames are intact and it's just the glass that's cracked, or it's foggy, replacing thermal window panes with the help of Less's Glass will save you the cost of total window replacement. When you want to know how much we can save you, all you have to do is measure the height and width of just the glass portion of the window panes. Then send us an email to info@lessglassservice.com and we'll get you an estimate right away. Just be sure to specify if you'd like us to come out and replace your window pane on site, or if you'd like to do it in the most cost-effective way possible by bringing the windows into our shop. Either way, you're saving a lot of money versus a total window replacement that you probably don't need. This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
I am over the moon to announce a Maxx experience like no other. One of my favorite local restaurants, the original Botanis restaurant, the one on 5th Street. Join me there for Taste of Botanis. Thursday, November 20th from 6 till 7. Jaime, my friend and owner of Botanis, he is the host with the most. He's going to take us through a guided tequila tasting, complete with margarita samples, appetizers, hors d'oeuvres, and tacos, all for just $30. I am so excited to try exclusive tequilas and learn all about the different types and the best food pairings. Come with me. Don't miss it. Taste of Botanis, Thursday, November 20th, 6 to 7. See you there.
The proof is in the pudding. Advertisers that hire us stick with us for years and years because they trust us, because we always promptly respond to customer needs, and because bottom line, we get results. Go to Anderson-Smith.com's Our Clients page to see who trusts us and check out a long list of real advertising success. Then hit the Contact Us button, email me, and I'll call you in short order. Because it's time we grew your business. Anderson-Smith.com. What's it going to cost to make it work? Wrong question. What you need to ask is, what do I have to do to make it work? What do I have to say so that I can truly set my business apart? That's why you call us, to make your ad budget give your message affordable repetition and to relay it in a powerful way to make sure folks remember your business first when their time of need arises. Go to Anderson-Smith.com, email me, and I'll call you ASAP because it's time we grew your business. Anderson-Smith.com.
Homer here for Window Nation's end of the year sale. This November, you'll save big with 50% off all window styles. Plus, you could get 0% financing for 5 years. Window Nation's proven quality windows are so good, you'll actually save money on lower utility bills and come with a lifetime warranty. Window Nation even has an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Don't miss out on 50% off and 0 interest for 5 years. Visit windownation.com to get started.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
Welcome back to What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class. Discover more at visitmilwaukee.org. And on this Veterans Day, I'm welcoming you on the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line to share your tributes and thank yous to the veterans in your life. 855-616-1620 is that number. And 414 texted in, my father, Sergeant Lorenzo Cortez, served 24 years in the armed forces, 2 tours in Vietnam and 1 tour in Korea. He sadly passed away from lung cancer due to Agent Orange he contracted in Vietnam. He loved his country. Thank you very much for sending that text, and thank you to your dad. And also got another from 262, Steve in Hartford. Hello, Sandy. Thanks for honoring veterans tonight. We remember my late father today. He served the Allied forces in the Middle East and Italy as a member of the bomber squadron for the British Royal Air Force. Thanks again, Steve in Hartford. So sending gratitude on this Veterans Day to everyone who has served, and also sending gratitude to a lot of our arts organizations in Wisconsin who have made it a mission to use creativity for people to cope and reassimilate and build community. And it is my pleasure to welcome to the WTMJ studio from the Donna Lexa Art Center's Executive Director, Kristen Genders. Kristen, how are you?
I'm doing so well. Thank you for having me today.
And Kristen, I know you're watching me. I'm reading that very specifically. Donna Lexa Art Centers. Mm-hmm. I am not familiar.
Yeah.
And I always say there's no shame in my game because for as connected to the arts community as I am, I'm always discovering and rediscovering new places. So I figure if it's a new phrase to me, It's a new phrase to other WTMJ fans. So what are Donna Lexa Art Centers?
Definitely. Thank you so much for asking. Donna Lexa Art Centers is a not-for-profit center. We provide what we call art as therapy. So we do have art instructors, professional artists, as well as art therapists on our staff, but we don't provide traditional art therapy at this time. It's an open environment for students of similar backgrounds who can have a space of community and show up as their authentic selves. And to our veterans, it's a very special community where they're able to share, and whether that day they may need more engagement with their peers or they may just want to quietly observe and work on their own creative process, we provide the space for them to be able to do that.
I love that because I think sometimes some art is just very meditative and just engrossing, and that's your coping and escape and just kind of getting rid of the cobwebs or whatever. And then other times it is more gregarious and collaborative.
Yes, and we really focus on the creative process in our classes. We have what's called an open studio model. So a student doesn't necessarily follow a directive. We do have ideas up just in case anyone needs inspiration, but it really is whatever a student or artist wants to make that day, they can come in and make. And we have just about every artistic medium one could hope for. We have ceramics, we have a pottery wheel, we have a kiln, we have so much paint, fabrics, textiles, leather. We've even have people who do mosaics, who build their own frames. We have, if there's something that can be dreamed up, we probably have it.
I would say no lack of inspiration there at the Donna Lexa Art Centers. Where are you located?
We have two stationary centers. One is in Waukesha, and the other one is in West Milwaukee, just a few blocks away from the VA.
And who do you see participating in your open studio with veterans? Is it packed? Is it building?
Yes.
All right. So there's an interest in the open studio concept.
Until we recently received a grant from Creative Forces, which is and Mid-America Arts Alliance, we were at capacity and we were having to put people on wait lists. So recently we received a grant. And we are hoping to get some matches for that. We've raised about not quite half of what we need to unlock the full grant, but that has allowed us to add new classes, and we will now be adding workshops for military families, which we have not fully been able to do in the past. So we're very excited to be bringing that on.
To also include the families, not just the veterans themselves. Yep. That's incredible. And I heard you say funding. We'll talk more about that. But that's but congratulations, because
Thank you so much.
This is a difficult time for all of the arts and museums and public media, and so it's just a tricky time for a lot of organizations.
Yes.
So to hear that there is a grant to ensure the well-being of our veterans, that's optimistic.
It is, and we had submitted our application before some different funding things were going on, and so we weren't really sure after we had submitted we would receive it. So it was a very welcome surprise. Our vets were thrilled to know that not only is the organization valued, but that the value in their well-being is recognized, and I think that's really important to highlight.
Donna Lexa Art Centers. Who is Donna Lexa?
Donna Lexa was our founder. She was an art therapist who had interned at a hospital, and she was really a pioneer in adaptive methodology. So she had been working with a woman who was in recovery from having a stroke, and while that woman was being discharged from care, they realized there weren't really any resources outside of hospitals to be available. So Donna Lexa Art Center started in one class once a week in the basement of a church and has grown exponentially since then. And then a few years in, Donna Lexa herself was being honored as a Woman of the Year and unfortunately passed away. So we renamed in her honor, and we're just wrapping up our 40th year of operations.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Like I said, I am so late to the game. 40 years of Donna Alexa Art Centers doing good.
We've just been kind of hiding in the background, just making things really colorful.
It was like getting the job done.
Exactly.
And what inspired Donna Alexa Art Centers to offer specific programming for the military and now military families?
Mm-hmm. So we began our military programming in 2009, which was a little bit before my time. But a lot of our students and our other groups, we predominantly serve teens and adults of all abilities, as well as elders in memory care. So I think just having veterans be a cross subset of a lot of those groups, the need was recognized, and providing a space that would be specific to veterans and giving them an area to be able to share their experience or commiserate or just laugh became really a priority. So we've been able to do that since its inception.
Continuing the conversation with Executive Director of Donna Alexa Art Center, she is Kristen Genders, and we are going to talk about more about how your team sees creativity making veterans' lives better.
Thank you.
Stay with us on What's on Tap.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus. I'm Weston. What's your question?
I give up. Where are they?
Who?
Employees.
What?
You say Hasselus Mattress Showrooms don't have any employees. Come on, bud. I know better.
I assure you.
Are they cooped up in a secret back room?
Huh?
Or waiting outside in the bushes?
Sir.
I know. They're hiding under the beds, aren't they?
Listen, Hasselus Mattress Showrooms really are employee-free. Give our mattresses a try with no pushy sales guy.
Nope, don't believe it.
You won't believe our prices either. Beauty Rest, Sealy Posturepedic, and more for way less.
Right.
Others sell a King Aspen Cove A for $2,520, but our everyday low Hasselus price is just $1,374. Free next day delivery too.
Sure. Next you'll say I can get a free adjustable base with my purchase through Monday.
As a matter of fact, yes.
Oh, come on!
Save on Sealy Posturepedic and Beauty Rest, plus get a free adjustable base. Find an employee-free showroom near you at Hasselus.com.
You know, James, we'll be running this place together for a while, and one day, hopefully, you and your kids will be doing the same.
That's the plan, Dad. And we're making changes so we stay ahead of the game.
Like the new Marty's Pizza Delafield.com?
We've made it extremely easy for both our young and older customers to make fast online orders.
It is really convenient, but if you like to call your orders in, a friendly Marty's Pizza employee will be there to answer with a smile.
Remember Marty's Pizza, right off of I-94 and Highway 83 in Delafield.
And at Marty'sPizzaDelafield.com.
Dad, it's been almost 7 decades, and I think we just keep getting better.
And we've been in Delafield since 1982. We've been very fortunate.
At Marty's Pizza, we do our best to keep prices at a value.
And we stay true to our roots with the tastiest thin pepperoni we can find. 100% of real mozzarella cheese, our very own exclusive sausage, and an almost 70-year-old sauce recipe, both which Marty himself taught us how to make.
Dad, we got to keep on trucking.
We will, son. We will.
We've saved our clients over $19 million in real estate commission. I say this because that's a pretty big number. But at Century 21 Benefit Realty, it's really not about being a top volume agency. Over here, it's more about you. And at 1.9% commission and no more than $19,000 commission, for the listing side of your sale, no matter what size property you're selling, you will save substantially. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. First off, our 1.9% commission structure helps get their foot in the door, and that's why agents like working here. But what they really like is having the strongest marketing tools available, with the resources to help them sell homes at the highest prices to satisfy their clients. Century 21 Benefit Realty offers what agents like most, and that's to help them be successful. If you really want to believe in the business model that you're representing, give me a call. I'm Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty. Call me, and let's talk about your future. Each office is independently owned and operated.
What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
On this Veterans Day, getting to know an organization that is specifically helping veterans and now veterans' families, military families, access their creativity as a way of support. Donna Alexa Art Centers in West Milwaukee and Waukesha. The executive director, Kristen Genders, is here with me. And Kristen, I love that you're excited about the open studio for veterans and that you've seen such transformations. And what are some of the success stories you've seen through Arts for Veterans?
I think a lot of it is, so part of our programming with our vets is at the start of every class, we ask them to give us a check-in word, and then at the end, we will ask for a check-out. And that can be when someone is new, a little bit more uncomfortable, but typically what we found is even if someone is having a bit of a more meditative class, they're quietly participating, listening, and observing, they universally report that they're feeling much better at the end of the class. They feel more relaxed. It really helps with anxiety. Many of our veterans do live with PTSD, so just having that ability to have a calming effect. And then recently, the VA hosted an art show for veterans, and a lot more of our vets participated than had in the past. We just really see their confidence soaring, and one of our vets even won the blue ribbon. So we're really, really proud of all they've accomplished.
That had to feel great.
That was thrilling. It was, I mean, our artists are all so incredibly talented and truly, truly mind-blowing pieces of art. And so to see that recognized in the community beyond is really wonderful. And then we also do facilitate the sale of our student art, so that also is a way for some of our vets to have added income through that.
That's an interesting angle. I hadn't thought of that. I just thought so much more of the therapeutic angle.
Yeah, it's if someone wants to, they don't have to, but it's just we have contacts with different public groups and galleries, and we recently launched an online platform where people can peruse our art and see if there's anything there. If they need to decorate their home or if they're looking for a Christmas gift, they can look on our website and order a one-of-a-kind piece from one of our students, and that helps. It's a split to go back into our programming and then goes to our student as well.
That's a fantastic idea, Kristen. I hadn't even thought of holiday gift giving because you're right. Like, I can browse and what's going to make my office look good. But and you're supporting a veteran, and that's just a wonderful circle moment.
Yeah.
It's yet another way we can support our veterans, where, you know, in addition to saying thank you on Veterans Day and being kind and donating to causes, to actually buy artwork created by a veteran. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
What's the website to browse your online gallery?
Yeah, if you go to DonnaLexa, DonnaLexa.org, and then if you hover over the tab to support us, you'll see a drop down to visit our online gallery.
And before you go back out into the chilly evening, tell us about the Creative Forces grant and how people can help make sure that these programs for veterans and now military families continues.
Yes, so thank you so much for asking. We recently received we were awarded a $25,000 grant from Creative Forces. However, to unlock the full grant, we do need to raise a matching $25,000. So we have raised about $12,100 last time I checked. My mom did just text me that she donated, so it might be a little bit higher.
Yay, Mom!
Yay, Mom! And my dad's a vet too, so full circle. And so once we have to raise that by the spring, and then we will unlock the final part of that grant to go back into our programming.
And again, go to the Donna Lexa Art Center's website.
Yes, and check us out on Facebook, Instagram. You'll see all sorts of really wonderful. I just say we facilitate joy is our purpose.
And before you go, say, how can we thank your dad for his service? What's his name and where did he serve?
My dad's name is Daryl, and he was a drill sergeant at the Army Reserve Station on Silver Spring in Milwaukee.
Thank him for his service from all of us.
Thank you.
Thank you. She is Kristen Genders, Executive Director of Donna Lexa Art Centers, doing great work for 40 years now.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. And stay with me, because next, your chance to win free tickets to a soulful seasonal concert, a Motown Christmas, tomorrow night at the Riverside Theater. Your chance to win. Have your phone handy, a sample of the sounds you'll hear, and your chance to win next on What's on Tap.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. You can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know that display in the bookstore of employees' top picks?
With the little cards and handwritten reviews.
Well, if Penny Mustard had a top pick section, it would feature the Dane bedroom.
My card would say, smoking hot. You'll feel more sophisticated with the Dane bedroom in your home.
My review would read, the perfect balance of iron and wood makes the Dane bedroom stand out from the rest.
And mine would say, I find this compelling, beautifully written tale to be both haunting and rollicking, gritty yet sensitive, crackling with pitch-perfect phrasing. A triumph. I only wish it had more pictures.
Anyway, the Dane bedroom's clean, crisp lines match any decor.
With forever tight bed brackets and drawer bottoms strong enough to stand on.
Wow, I can't wait to see the film adaptation.
The Dane bedroom with king floating panel bed, 8-drawer dresser, mirror, and 3-drawer nightstand, starting at $82.48 at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Better versions of what people want.
Penny Mustard Furnishing.
My husband's an animal in bed.
Well, you know.
Not in the fun way. Think warthog. With a chainsaw.
Snoring and sleep apnea affect over 90 million people, and 1 out of 4 couples sleep in separate rooms. Advent can help. We've been Milwaukee's one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care under one roof. Advent's unique approach can help you breathe and sleep better, and many avoid a CPAP. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
Hey, the only animal you want in your bed is your dog.
Advent. Sleep better. Sleep together. Learn how you can improve your life at adventknows.com.
Are you worried about running out of money in retirement? Wondering about how to pay less taxes? Join me, Tony Drake, for the Retirement Ready Show live every Saturday at noon and Sunday at 7 a.m. on WTMJ 620 or 103.3 FM. We'll talk about smart strategies to help you retire with confidence. Don't miss it.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
Told you it's going to be soulful and seasonal tomorrow. That is a moment of what a Motown Christmas sounds like, and it is coming to the Riverside Theater tomorrow, November 12th. Powerful, soulful, family-oriented show, and it's a combination of Motown's greatest hits with everyone's favorite holiday classics. And you're going to see members of the Contours, members of the Miracles, all part of the Motown sound. And you know those Motown trademarks, the choreography, it's absolutely dazzling, the unforgettable harmonies, all that performed in a memorable Motown style with the dapper suits. If you would like to be there tomorrow, getting your Motown Christmas on, I would love to treat you to this wonderful night. Be caller 12 right now on the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line. Caller 12 at 855-616-1620. 855-616-1620. Caller 12. You're going to enjoy a Motown Christmas tomorrow, November 12th at the Riverside Theater. Now, if you're not the lucky caller, you always just make sure you get to PapsTheaterGroup.com and make it a sure thing and get yourself some tickets. But for fun, why not try? 855-616-1620 on the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line. Treat you to a pair of tickets to a Motown Christmas tomorrow night at the Riverside Theater. Think about that music from the Temps and the Tops, Marvin Gaye, the Miracles. Going to be a fun night. Good luck to caller number 12. Thank you so much for listening to What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a good karma brand station.
When I shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, every time I come in, it's like a whole new store. It's because new inventory is arriving daily, all kinds of everything. And let me tell you, thrift store prices make buying easy. And helping others at the same time, that's icing on the cake. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Celebrate the spirit of the season in the Milwaukee Theater District. Experience these beloved classics: Milwaukee Ballet's The Nutcracker, Milwaukee Rep's A Christmas Carol, and don't miss Broadway favorites like How the Grinch Stole Christmas and The Pigeon Gets a Big Time Holiday Extravaganza. Savor Milwaukee's culinary scene, from James Beard recognized restaurants and classic supper clubs to cozy outdoor seating under holiday lights. Make it a getaway. Stay in a hotel that feels just like home. Make plans today at visitmilwaukee.org.
If you need a place for new home interior ideas, then you have to come talk to us. Our on-staff decorators know furniture, home decor, and a lot more. And they're not only creative, but also very